The dhole distribution is in Kanchenjunga region in eastern Nepal. They were camera trapped here, and in Chiton and Parsa national parks. They are distributed here as well. And in Annapurna conservation area also, dholes were camera trapped. In Bardia National Park, there were few records of dholes camera trapping, but not a good population. Only few single individuals were camera trapped few years ago. But the population is not quite good in that area, as Dhalasara already mentioned about it. And there is outside protected area in Kosi region, there is a Udaipur district, and in Triyuga forest, there is a report of dhole distribution in that area as well. And dhole pattern hunting region, we have reports from that area as well. And in Rara National Park, there are sighting reports of dhole from that area as well. And in Tinjure, Milke-Jaljale, in Makalu-Barun National Park, and outside protected area in between Kanchenjunga and Makalu-Barun, dholes were recorded in that area as well. So I'd like to describe a little bit about the geography of Nepal, because in community sessions in Fort, I think we'll have some discussions about dhole conservation with the local communities and some government agencies and other leaders. And at that time, we might be talking more about the lowland Tarai, Siwalik Range, middle mountain, high mountain, and something like that. We'll be using those terminologies in that discussion as well. So the Tarai is below 300 meter elevation. We can see in the map. And Siwalik is 300 meter to 700 meter. So that is also a very important area, and government of Nepal has a special program. The President Chure Tarai Mades Conservation Development Board, they have this, the government, they established this organization, and they are looking after this whole range from eastern Nepal to far western region, and government of Nepal is also putting quite a big amount of money to conserve this area and other conservation actions. And the middle mountain is up to 2000 meter elevation, from 700 to 2000 meters, and high mountain and high Himalaya. So this is the geographic regions of Nepal. And I already described about the camera trapping evidence of dholes in Kanchenjunga, Tinjure, Milke-Jaljale. This is outside protected area, Annapurna conservation area, Parsa and Chiton National Park, Bardia National Park. And we have sighting reports from Makalu-Barun, Rara, Dorpatan, and Gauri-Shankar as well. So threats, basically the threats in Nepal's poisoning, it is one of the major threats in high altitude. The rotational herding system is in practice in high altitude. Generally in the summer season, the livestock goes in high altitude. And in winter season they comes down and they rotationally graze the pasture land. And during that time there will be encounter with the dholes and other carnivores in that area. And whenever the livestock are, when the livestock are killed by the predators, the herders get angry and they put poison on the carcass. And when the dholes again come and feed on that, they die. So this is one of the serious threats in high altitude protected areas in Nepal. And habitat fragmentation is another issue nowadays, because we are developing country. We are constructing roads and hydropower projects. Big hydropower projects are they are underway. And corridors and connectivity, we are not maintaining as much. We should have worked more on this, but we are not working. And forest fire is also another issue. Already Jhala sir talked about this tiger and the dhole. When the tiger population goes up, dhole population might decrease. So we are increasing the tiger population in Chiton, Parsa, and overall in Nepal. We are able to double the tiger population, more than that. And that might have some consequences on dhole population as well. And there are some evidence that dholes are coming out from the protected area, basically in Parsa. The dholes are going eastern side. The park extended. So the dholes are in extended area and also going out in buffer zones and other community lands. So there are such evidences, and this could be one of the reasons that the increasing tiger population might have pushed the dholes outside. And disease, we need some more studies. There are some reports in high altitude areas as well that the wild animals are also dying, but what is the reason? The community people doesn't know, and there is a competition between domestic dog and wild dogs as well. When I was doing camera trapping survey in Kanchenjunga region, then the dholes and the domestic dogs were captured together sometime in a very close distance. So that might have another issue, and local communities still they doesn't take ownership of that resources. For example, the dhole is one of the major resources in that area, but they doesn't understand this is our resource. So this is not only for dholes but other species as well, and the low level of community awareness is one of the threats, one of the issue for wildlife conservation in Nepal. And government, of course, the government priority is more for the tigers, rhinos, elephants, and other charismatic species, and those is not in priority yet, but it should be in the future. And